Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 5 of our FTB StoneBlock 3 Let's Play series, where today we're working on getting ourselves some better storage so I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth into my barrels because it's driving me crazy to be able to craft things. And we're working on automating completely the crushing or the washing of our gravel and all that stuff and smelting of ores, all completely automated, all no power, so it's great. And yeah, it's pretty darn awesome. So let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful ambivalent day night here in the world of TheAndrata, where we're underground acting like dwarves and mining up and doing the thing in our stone block world today. So today I'm kind of having a hard time deciding what it is that I want to work on because I have a couple projects that I'd like to do to maybe make my life a little easier, but I just haven't decided where I want to go with things. So in between episodes, you can see I AFK'd for a while, and yeah, we AFK'd. We have backstuffed all of our drawers here, so we have 2,000 of each resource, and I kind of did a little bit of rearranging of things a little bit so that I could put a chute on top. So when I want to go ahead and process a bunch of dust, I can just go ahead and drop it all in there, bam, and it'll drop it down into the hole and auto process it, and then everything ends up going into the chest because we have our funnel here. Same thing over here. I did go ahead and get our attribute filter set up on this funnel, and it is set to anything that is able to be smelted. So I can't use it for stone anymore, but like really, it's okay. Like everything else ends up going in here. So as you can see, we have a bunch of stuff because what I've been doing is taking any of the ore that we get out of here. So that was dust, so I didn't get any ore. But when I process gravel, I get a ton of ore. I just throw it over here, let it process, and we get tons and tons and tons of iron and everything, because I go over here and I'll take my iron, and I'll process it over here. And it's actually fairly quick to do full stacks. Yeah, like it does not take that terribly too long to get everything smelted up. And look, there we go. We already have a stack of iron cooked and smelted for us. So it's great. It works really well. And I like this whole process. Because I like this process so much, I would love to automate it, right? Because we have a backstuffing here of our stuff, and I don't necessarily like that. I don't want everything to just sit here and not be put to work. So my idea is to automate this to get some pipes. So there's the item pipes mod in here. Hook the pipes up to this, pull the items out. So we'd pull dust, sand, and gravel over here, let everything drop and then process, and then end up coming into, well, not this chest. We would use storage drawers, and I just have a giant, change this over to a drawer wall for the time being, and let everything process and go into drawers so that I don't have to, I don't have to do this anymore. When I need redstone, I can just have access to redstone. So that's one project I'd like to work on. I'm also getting tired of having to go and actually do crafting out of these things. So I want to set up something to help me out with that. And I think that's where we're going to start out with today's episode, is getting ourselves a modular storage and a storage module from RF Tools. It's a pretty nifty little block, so we can go ahead and start working on crafting this up. I know I'm going to need some lapis. I'm going to need some diamonds. I believe I'm going to need some gold, some iron, some glass, maybe other things I'm sure are going to come into play here, some nether quartz, like a lot of stuff, but we'll see where we're at. It has been suggested to me that I do not skip out on these loot bees. Man, that one's so far, because their rewards can be actually pretty darn good, like nitro tier stuff from Powa and everything like that. So I should not ignore them. But when we get a magnet, apparently it becomes much better for us because you don't even have to set them free. As long as you get near them, the magnet will pick up any of their loot because they drop the loot no matter what, I believe. So you can, just go near them and then they'll drop the loot and you're good to go. But we'll set this guy free and keep going, and doing the thing with him. Anyway, so the modular storage from RF Tools, fantastic mod, adds a lot of resources and everything. It's an old mod. It's been around for a very long time, in various ways, in various forms. But we're going to use it today to help us with our storage. Eggs are something I have wanted, because I used all my eggs. Really? Are you kidding me? I used all my eggs earlier and then I killed my chickens, so I don't have chickens anymore. And we are going to work on getting into the chickens mod soon because the chickens mod, well, is really OP. Honestly, once I get into chickens, even processing all this dust and stuff is going to be completely pointless, but I want to go ahead and do it anyway just because, well, I want to, right? Right. So we got a fluid card and a redstone card from Laser IO. You can see up here that I do have laser nodes added. Never used Laser IO before. I'm interested to see how it works. I know it's a new mod by our good old friend Direwolf, and I'm interested to see how it works because from what I understand, from what I've heard, it's pretty darn fantastic. Anyway, real quick too, I do want to point out there is this command, FTB StoneBlock events. Is that it? Is it events? Something allows me, there we go, events, toggle the sticks, okay? FTB StoneBlock sticks. I don't want any of these sticks on anymore. What happens is you get these sticks that have names, NBT data, like Tree of Impending Doom, just add water and my bark is worse than my bite. Cool and everything, you know, little flavor items, but man, they clog up your inventory, something fierce, and it drives me nuts. With that command, as you can see, you can also turn off the loot bees and the wandering traders. You can also turn off a tea thing. I believe there's a message that pops up about tea. I have not seen it yet. It's fairly rare. Don't know what it does, but you can turn it off if you so desire. So there's that. Okay, so let's see what we need for this modular storage. So we're going to need nether quartz. We're going to need a machine frame. That's going to require some gold nuggets. So let's grab some of those. But this, getting this is going to help us craft things much better. We're not going to have to worry about like, well, accessing every single inventory to craft and all that stuff. And it just makes things a lot easier. We need redstone dust and a chest. I believe I have chests over here. Yep. And then I might have redstone over here. Yeah. Okay, so there is the modular storage. So this block you just place down, doesn't require power or anything like that. And it allows you to access items. So you have to put a storage module into this. So we're going to go ahead and work on getting ourselves that. I'm going to go with a tier 3. A tier 4 is possible for us right now. It requires these infused diamonds, which requires dimensional shards, which requires prismarine shards, which we could do. We do have haunting available to us, and we have a ton of lapis. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw this here. I need to get a funnel set up for this area, but I haven't. I need to craft another one, but these polished rose quartz are a pain to make right now, so I just haven't done anything with it. But if we get the lapis, we can make a tier 4. The tier 3 can support 300 stacks of items, and then tier 4 can support 500. Man, I really don't know. We have a lot of stuff, and we're going to have more until we can get into like a proper storage system. Ideally, what I would make would be the storage scanner from RF Tools that can access these inventories as they are, but it requires ender pearls and power. Power would be fine because we have the we have the ability to make the lapidary dynamo, so we can make power fairly easily. But the ender pearls are my problem. I keep checking on our map here and everything to see if we have enderman spawn. I have not had very many, and every time I do, I go over there and they despawn by the time I get over there, or they've teleported. So like, yeah, it's kind of sort of not worked out super duper well. All right, let's get ourselves a tier 4. Why not? In order to make a tier 4, we're going to need a tier 2 and a tier 1, so we can start out at the beginning, which is going to be this. We're going to require, it looks like a bunch of chests, so let's go ahead and get some more. I did take all the wood out of our, what's a bobber down there? The botany pot, though that botany pot is extremely slow when it comes to wood processing, but hey. All right, so we have a tier 1. Let's go ahead and upgrade that to tier 2. And then we should be able to upgrade that to tier 3. I need blocks of gold. So 1, 2, and then blocks of quartz. I believe I should have more quartz over here. Over here, quartz was made with soul sand, right? So I need to haunt some sand. I can't remember. It would make sense to haunt sand to turn into soul sand. Yeah. So that's seven stacks. That should be plenty of soul sand. And then we should get some nether quartz out of that. And while I'm at it, what is the brass funnel cost? Like, I should just make another one of these. That way I can get that guy filtered. Because I have the brass available to me. The only thing that I would be missing would be I have dried kelp. It's just another one of these polished rose quartz, but I have the resources to make that now because, well, we have tons of stuff. So that's that. And then I can sandpaper this. You can see I have some over here, but those are already being planned to be used. So we're going to use that when it comes to getting our mechanical crafters set up. So I prepped everything that we need for mechanical crafters, which is another project that I would like to work on sometime soon. Funnel is an electron tube. I don't want to use that plate. Do I have any extra plates anywhere? I don't want to rob Peter to pay Paul here, because when I go to actually craft the things that I'm going to need to craft, I'm going to forget that I have these things, and then I'm going to be short, and then I'm going to be upset that I used what I wanted to. And I don't have a backpack to shove pending projects into yet, so yeah. Okay, so that's that. Brass funnel should be this. Also, give me another piece of brass out of there. Where's Brasso? Apparently, I don't have any more brass. Okay, well, I'll make more brass. I literally just said I didn't want to rob Peter to pay Paul, but I also don't feel like doing the whole brass thing right now. So, yeah, no more brass. Okay, so there's soul sand. Now I need to cook that soul sand up. Or wash it. And then we should get that. Okay, so there's a brass funnel, and then I just need one more attribute filter, which requires wool, don't it? Doesn't it? Proper English there, TheAndrata. Actually, quite a few people have said that they've used my videos to help them, work on English and stuff like that. So for those of you who do, more power to you. Good job. Anyway, if we pop down here, you're going to see that I planted hemp in a botany pot here because this wasn't growing. Like, I got tired of waiting for it, and we need string because we'll set up a windmill and everything. And I got tired of waiting, so I planted that, and then I AFK'd for like a long while, hours, so that way a bunch of this stuff could get processed. I don't know what I'm doing there because it's this recipe, and it's not even that recipe, it's that recipe. So we're going to turn this into string, and then we can turn the string into wool. And then now we should be able to make ourselves another attribute filter so we can automate this chest. So then I can just throw the stuff in there and I don't have to worry about it. Bam. Okay, so we can place this there. It's facing the correct direction. Let's grab this. Can I do the whole draggy thingy from here? Yes, I can. So let's get soul sand, because that'll have the attribute. I'm sorry, let's not do soul sand. Let's do sand. And can be haunted, but we need to opposite that. Bam, cannot be haunted. So items that cannot be haunted, because soul sand can't be haunted, correct? Let me just double check. Oh no, soul sand can be haunted and it can turn into scoria. That's going to be an issue. What else is haunting used for? I could. Cannot be haunted. Can I also... Is soul sand. Like, I want it to be... Is tagged soul sand. Yeah, add that. If it's tagged soul sand, go through. That should stop it from being able to, like, mess up. So if I grab sand and I throw this in here, and apparently I picked up way too much. Also should set up a chute so that I don't have to do this. Okay, sand cannot go through, but soul sand should be able to end up in that chest if I did that correctly. Since I have that double filter thing going on. Either that or we're going to end up with a bunch of scoria right now. Come on, convert. This is kind of an eclectic episode, apparently. My ADHD is fully kicking in here because we're working on like 15 different things at the moment. Yes, okay, cool. Soul sand went in there. That's what I wanted to see happen. Sweet. All right, so that took care of that. Now back to whatever it was we were working on before we decided to get into the soul sand. I needed nether quartz. That's what it was, because I wanted to get to a tier 4 of the module, right? Okay, so tier 3 requires 2 quartz blocks, and we're also going to need 2 for that. So we'll go ahead and grab 4 quartz blocks. And then this is blocks of gold, which we have, and then a block of redstone. Does tier 4 need redstone? Yes, it does. So we can go ahead and make, not like that, 2 of those and do it the correct way. Look, it's been a while since TheAndrata's played Minecraft, okay? Y'all know. So I'm a little bit rusty on some of this stuff. And then a block of diamond. And then the rest of the diamonds can be used to make ourselves the things. Okay, so now we should be able to make a tier 3 storage if I throw this in here. And then a tier 4 storage can be made with this stuff, but we need to make these infused diamonds. How do we do so? We need dimensional shards. So we're going to need 16 total dimensional shards. How do we get that? Well, we do this recipe here. So we need emeralds and we need glowstone, and I'm going to need 32 emeralds. Luckily, we get a ton of emeralds, and I'm also going to need 32 glowstone, which we should have just got a bunch more glowstone. Yeah. Inventory is ridiculously full, but we should be able to make 32 of these. 31. What am I short? No, I don't need 31 of these. Anyway, I need 16. So, okay, I can't shift scroll wheel this. There we go. Give me everything back. Turn those into infused diamonds. So that should be 2. And then we should be able to do this and this. And now we have a tier 4 storage module. Perfect. So I can throw this guy into here. Bam. And then lock it. And now I'll be able to dump items into here. And it's sort of like a refined storage thing. It's not as refined storagey, as good as refined storage or anything, but it works, especially in early game. By the way, dark mode. I am turning off dark mode. I didn't even notice it was on. I'm so used to having dark mode on pretty much everything. However, I know YouTube makes it hard to see things. It compresses, and dark mode makes it hard for you guys to be able to actually see a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, especially in like the crafting tables and everything. So dark mode is off. Now it brightens everything up, and our days are brightened and lighter, and we are much better for it overall, right? Right. Okay. So basically what we can do is start shoving things in here, and you're going to see each item that we have in here is going to take up one of our slots of stacks. And that's why I wanted to go with the 500, because I wasn't sure how much we were going to have. We'll see how things are going to end up. Let's show items in... sure. Yeah, we can show it as columns, and then I would like to sort it on count. That way we can see what we have the most of inside of here. And then I should just be able to start like transferring things into this. Now, when we get into actually refined storage, transferring things is going to become a pain because we have to take these things out one by one. But if I do something like that, I should be able to easily, now I can just break my barrels and then toss them in. So if I break this barrel, everything that's in there should be able to come out. And then I can toss everything in here. Yeah, I think that works. And we can actually just break this whole block. And we can place this guy here. Bam. And then we don't really need this crafting station anymore. I'm going to keep it up because sometimes crafting inside of this can be a pain. So we can keep this so that way maybe it makes it a little easier for some things. But let's see if we end up with enough room for all of this stuff. So it looks like we're going to be fairly okay, right? We're only not even at 100 stacks of items. And yeah, I think we might be okay. Granted, I haven't even touched those chests or taken anything out of those. But really, the rest of this stuff, other than the miscellaneous, because all this stuff has individual NBT data, I think... Yeah, okay, good. I think it was a good call for me to go with the 500. That way we have room for expansion. But now everything can sit inside of that guy. I can even take all of this stuff, though I don't want to break this chest to do it because it's going to be, you know, more work to put the chest back and then put the funnel back on and everything. And I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, I can move all this stuff over, and now I can actually use this to craft with. Now keep in mind, each one of these stacks is going to take a stack of our inventory because it is stacks that you are working with here, but it's all in one place now. Honestly, do I need to have all this lapis in here? No. Do I need to have all the apatite in there? No, but I do. We can use lapis later for lapidary dynamos, which is great. So we have a bunch of resources for power, and then we don't have to burn through all of our coal, at least until we get to like the coal chickens and everything like that, because the chickens are pretty ridiculously OP from what I understand. And soul sand. Good. And you know what? I'm just going to let this soul sand process because more quartz isn't going to hurt us. Okay, so that was the big major project that I wanted to work on. Allows us to much more easily craft things. Again, sort by count and group items. Show groups. I don't understand. Compact equal stacks. Sure. Okay, so I said sort by count, but if everything has 64, apparently sort by count doesn't really do terribly too much extra for me. So yeah, whatever. And I think groups it by, things that have 63, things that have 62. I don't need that. And I guess we just won't sort by count. It can be alphabetical. Doesn't really make too much of a difference because we're going to be searching for most things anyway. So good. That takes care of the brass funnel. We got our storage module. We have our modular storage. So we're good to go with all that stuff. So now my decision becomes, do I want to go ahead and get my crushing wheel set up, which gets us the rest of our materials that we have, like our osmium and stuff like that? Or do I want to automate what we have already and then work on getting that crushing wheel going? And I think the route that I want to go on is work on automating our drawers. I want to work on getting a drawer system set up. I want to get this going. That way, any extras that we have, first off, it would help with this problem. We could take all this lapis and all this iron out of here, put it into drawers. That way we have everything organized. And it just starts basically getting me infinite resources. Completely automated. So let's go ahead and work towards that. And I'm kind of torn. How do I want to set this up? First things first, I know I'm going to need some drawers, right? I'm going to need a bunch of drawers. Ideally, we're going to use the 2x2 drawers. That's what I generally tend to use here. And I think I need a type drawer 2x2. Yeah, so that way I can get this recipe for them. And we can go ahead and set this up. So let's go ahead and get chests. Can I just have regular chests, please? You're not going to work with that. I don't have detailed birch planks. Let's get my logs that I have. And we can set this up like so. And then I can say, okay, I want to craft 8 of these. And then 8, 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 and keep going. And it'll keep using them. And that's good to go. That's the only thing that's weird about this. Oh, and I guess I could have clicked the craft a stack button. Just the crafting is weird because you got to click and tell it how many to craft, and then it throws it into your inventory. Okay, so let's craft 8 of these, and I need more planks apparently. So let's craft a stack of those and another stack of those, but that's convenient, you know, right? We can press the button to craft stacks at a time. And let's craft, we'll get 32. We'll get half a stack of these. And then I'm going to want to create some regular drawers so I can use those to create compacting drawers. Okay, so then we can make compacting drawers. That's going to require us to make a piston. So we can grab 8 pistons. 3. We're out of cobblestone. You kidding me? Okay, now we're not. You can go in there. Though I want that cobblestone to sit there. 8. You gonna craft for me? Sir, please? Are you like not wanting to do it because of those planks? Planks. I'm out of planks. Okay, interesting. It is weird. Let's get wood. Let's clear this out then. Get some oak logs. And leave me alone. I don't want to pick this stuff up. Just go back in there and give me stacks of it again. Okay, there we go. Now I should be able to craft pistons. Yeah, let's get a couple pistons. There we go. There's pistons. And again, it took my cobble from my hotbar, but that's okay. So that's pistons to get these. And then I just need to get stone and iron to make these. And I want to use these drawers. I don't want to use these drawers. I'm going to actually just throw these over here just to make sure that it doesn't accidentally try and use those. And then let's get, I have no stone, but I do because it just crafted 4 of them. But I don't have enough stone to be able to make more. Okay. What I could do is I can grab this just like I did there because I didn't realize I could do that. Give me the filter. I could add another reference item. I could add stone. That way I don't end up with smooth stone. Is tagged. Let's see. What's a forged normal stone, chipped stone, forged stone. I just don't want, I want like, I wish I could add like combine an attribute filter and a just regular item filter. So that way I could have both things here. Is tagged forged normal stone. I guess we can try that one and see if that works. So we can place this back in there. And then if I grab cobblestone, we should end up Okay, if I press the right button. Oh, and it went into my pocket storage. If I do that, maybe we'll end up with regular stone out of this. No, because this must be tagged forged stone. Ah, my goodness. Okay. Let me figure this out. Okay, I think I got it. There is a... Nope. Oh, apparently I didn't put the filter in there. Let's try it again. There we go. There's a filter for... or there's an attribute chipped stone, just like we did with the chipped soul sand. That might work. It does look like it's holding the cobblestone here, so the cobblestone should smelt. Question would be, is smooth stone tagged? And it's not. Good. Okay, cool. So we have stone. So let's go ahead and throw that in there, and let's get some stuff. All right, so what I want to do is I want to get the basics of this going so I can work on expanding this in between episodes. So let's try and figure out what our best way to do this is going to be. First things I know I'm going to need a storage controller, okay? So we're going to need this. So we're going to need 2 more blocks of quartz. We are going to need... Oh, man, I don't like that I keep picking things up from there. Oh, there's more than one storage module. Cool. Anyway, we're going to need a storage controller. We're going to need drawers. We're going to need a redstone comparator, which are going to require redstone torches. Okay. And then we can make ourselves the comparator. I just made torches. So how do you not? Oh, I made 2 comparators. Okay, whatever. And then that should be everything we need. Yes. Okay. So we're going to have a storage controller here. And the controller is going to sit... Ideally, I guess the controller would replace this chest, because the items that get smelted would come into here, and then they would get pushed into the controller, and then the controller would push them to the different drawers. And I want to see if that works. Because I don't think I've ever actually attached create directly to a controller. I do need to get my linking tool out of here. Did I get a linking tool, or did I get the other kind of tool? Either way, I'm going to need to make one. I did get a linking tool. So let's go ahead and test this out, right? So if I have my linking tool and I set up some drawers here, and I say, okay, we're going to configure it to here, and I believe... Okay, we're on multiple, we're on single. That's a shift right click. And if I just right click without shifting, I can swap between add, and it's perfect. So now I have linked these to the controller, and they don't actually need to touch the drawers or anything, but in this case, it works out that it does. So if I grab dust and I just throw a stack of this in there and let it cook, will it add to the drawer and then push to this, or am I going to actually... Going to have some sort of buffer here? No, it did work. Okay, perfect. So it can push into the controller and then pushes to the drawers themselves. Problem here is when I add the gravel to this, the gravel is going to produce ore. Same thing with the sand. It's going to produce gold ore, and it's going to produce gold ore and a couple other ores, right? I need those to come into this barrel, get smelted, and then get pushed into the controller to a compacting drawer. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to take advantage of the fact that this does not have to have the drawers themselves linked, okay? So I'm going to place a couple drawers back here, right? And these drawers are going to hold the different ores that we have. And I'm going to need the other kind of card for this as well. The tool, the locking one, right? The configuration tool. This is going to allow me to lock the drawers. That way I can say, okay, ores are going to go into here. So I need paper, and I don't think I have enough to make the paper. I don't think I have enough sugarcane yet. What I should have done is put sugarcane in a botany pot as well, because that's key. That's integral to this whole process, is having the sugarcane. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot for the first thing. Sugarcane. I only have 10, so I'm only going to be able to make as much paper as I can. 9. Maybe that was enough. What was I making again? Goodness gracious, I literally cannot remember. Oh, the configuration thing. I could not remember what I was making. Goodness. Configuration. So we're going to make the configuration tool. And I should be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to lock these drawers. I don't know if this is enough, like how many I'm going to ultimately end up needing. But what I need to do is get ores out of some sand and some dust. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to process some gravel and some sand and let those automatically fill in these drawers, right? Go ahead, process this stuff, and then it should push the items to the drawers. And I should get the ore that it's going to be able to generate. I will then be able to move that ore out of here and over into those other drawers and then link them so that all of the raw stuff goes into those drawers instead. So we don't need you in here. We don't need you in here. We don't need copper. Iron nuggets I want to put into a compacting drawer for sure. But I think that's everything. So now if I come over here and I place these into here, not you, you, and you. Oh, not you either. Which means I need to unlock this. Take that out. Lock it again. And that was it? No, silver. Okay. Good. So I guess I really don't need these two because there's no other ores getting made out of this. Okay. Cool. Okay. So what's going to happen is we'll link these up. I'll get my linking tool and I'm going to add these drawers, or this drawer now, I guess, only that one. And so that means any copper, silver, gold, and nickel are going to come into this drawer automatically. I can then take that, and if I get my pipes, which I haven't made just yet, I get the pipes. And again, I keep using the wrong thing. It's just habit at this point. I get my item pipe, and I craft that. I need droppers. And I say item pipes. And I craft a set of that. I have this. Caveat with this, I need a wrench. I need to be able to extract. Now, the wrench for this mod is gated behind brass rods from Create, which we don't have access to. I mean, could we make a rolling mill? Absolutely, and probably hook it up with a hand crank to be able to get these. However, I do know for a fact that pretty much any wrench will work with these pipes. So we can just make a nether quartz wrench, and that'll work to configure these pipes, right? So if I take these and I go ahead and place this here, bam, and I say, hey, buddy, I need you to extract from here. It's going to start pulling out the ore and dumping it into the barrel, which is then going to auto start processing it. Now, it's only pulling out a few items at a time, specifically 4, but we did get upgrades. Stop using this. I need to replace this at some point. We did get upgrades, right? We got some basic pipe upgrades for free from a quest reward. So we can go ahead and take that and pop it in here, and it's going to just make it go a little bit faster. Okay, now it can transfer 8 items. Ooh, So those items are going to come out, and they're going to go end up into this chest, which we can't open because, well, we can't open the chest, right? Because this is sitting on top of it. What we can do, though, is go ahead now, and we can run some pipes out of this chest, running over to our storage controller, and then allow the items to go into there. Before I do that, though, I want to go ahead and get compacting drawers set up for this, so that way we can automatically compact the items into nuggets and stuff, right? Nuggets and blocks. So let's go ahead and place this here and place this here. And then I want to take these iron nuggets out of here for sure. Those are going to go here. Now we have blocks. I want to get all my other ingots that I have because I want to lock these drawers eventually. So let's grab a copper. Let's grab some gold. Let's grab, I know I'm going to process iron over there. Nickel for sure. It looks like we get a ton of silver, and zinc ingots come from zinc ore. Give me that. And that comes from gravel. Okay, so we're going to have zinc as well. So these are for sure the 4 that are going to come out of this. Not raw copper, but we're going to do copper. We're going to do gold. And I actually want to go ahead and take that out. Copper nuggets. I want to put the nuggets in there. That way we make sure if ever we end up with nuggets, they'll go into this automatically. Gold nuggets can go in there. Okay. And I need a couple more compacting drawers. I need 1, 2, 3. Let me get those going. Okay, so there's our other compacting drawers. Now, I did make extra, but hey, that's okay. We'll end up with extra resources at some point for these, so I'll just leave them there, and we don't have to worry about it. Like, Any of this stuff can be compacted, actually. Yeah, we can automatically, let's unlock this. We can grab our redstone. That can be compacted. Lapis, we can make lapis compacted, sure. And clay, like, it's not just metals that can get compacted. All of these other resources can too. Nether quartz eventually will end up in there. We can compact that as well. So if we take these and we throw these in there, that automatically will turn into blocks. That'll automatically turn into blocks of redstone. And I guess, you know, the clay, we'll deal with it later. It's not that big of a deal. Nether quartz can go into here. We can have glowstone come over here. And then everything else, bam. If we do that, we'll add it all. Now, I want to go ahead and link these to the controller. And then if I go ahead and set up my pipes and I say, hey, extract out of this chest, dump it into the storage controller. And if I grab my wrench again, we can have it extract. Now it'll start pulling out. What I didn't want it to do was that, though. I guess I need to lock all of these. I wanted to prioritize those, but it's not because these are unlocked. I guess let's lock these. I didn't want to lock them yet. You know what? I'll just break this for the moment, for the time being. I didn't want to lock them yet because I don't know if I got all of the resources that I'm going to get out of it. When I process the gravel and the sand and everything, I don't know 100% if I got all of the things. So I didn't want to lock those yet. But all we have to do now is just run pipes from here. So if I grab these and I say pipe, 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 and I don't need to grab it from my dirt, right? So we can go ahead and connect that there. That's fine. We need to connect this here. And it doesn't look the greatest in the world, but it'll work. And if I say, okay, extract, extract, and extract, it's going to automatically start putting those in there. And those are automatically going to start getting processed, going into the controller, and start filling up all of our drawers. Pretty sweet. Does it look fantastic? Not really at the moment, but it will eventually, okay? I could even move this drawer over here, and I could have... Well... I was going to say, I wonder if the range, if that's the correct range, if I could link that over here. But look, there we go. We have diamonds and emeralds over here now. So let's go ahead and we can lock that one since that one's full. We can unlock this one because it has another slot. But nope, we don't want the gold to go in there. That's not what I wanted to have happen. Give me that, lock it, and lock that one. Yeah, and I guess for now, we'll leave that as it is. I have no idea what's happening over there. That does not look like a loot bee. That looks like something with a trident, so don't know what's going on there. But anyway, yeah, so this is that. And then it should be automatically processing these. I can't open this chest, though, to check and see what's going on there. But if I go ahead and hook up my pipe, it should automatically start pulling the things out and then processing them over there. And if I get my item up or my pipe upgrades, I can have it pull out of there faster and extract faster. But we should see the numbers over here like start increasing. Yeah, look, gold is going up. So now we have all of these this process completely automated. So we have everything coming out of here going into this barrel, and I'm going to speed these up too with our upgrades, and I'll probably upgrade our upgrades to a higher tier so it can pull out faster. But yeah, everything's going to go into there. I'll try and clean this up a little bit and make it look nicer. Probably just fill it out with more drawers because we're going to have more stuff that's eventually going to go over here anyway. And then we can set this controller up with like a refined storage, external storage or whatever. And then this could just be our drawer wall, because at this point now, we really don't need to access any of this stuff, right? Like everything's automated. We don't need to come back here and access these things. I don't really need dust. If I need any of these resources, I can hammer them down, or I'll be able to make them myself eventually. The only thing that's really not going to work super duper well is the soul sand if I need a bunch of that, but like we can pop back there and make soul sand. Like it's not that big of a deal, right? But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Like I said, tips, tricks, or anything like that, please feel free to let me know if you think there's a better way to do this. I mean, I think it's going to work great for me right now. Like I said, it's automated, and I don't have to worry about it, and everything's going to be produced. But if there's a better way you think I could do it, let me know in the comments. Outside of that, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.